If I ever write a story myself, it will be to correct the myriad misconceptions created by his imaginative license.
Scott and I checked out the new Sherlock Holmes movie, and this is unlike any Sherlock Holmes movie that we have ever seen before. It's called Mr. Holmes. Ian McKellen is the illustrious Mr. Holmes, the titular Mr. Holmes in this movie. What do you think, my friend?
Well, I feel like Sherlock Holmes is something like Agatha Christie fictions that are for mature people, and this is a very mature Sherlock Holmes. I love Ian McKellen. I think he's a tremendous actor. I had to leave Gandalf behind here and just give myself over to this character because he still has Gandalf's eyes. He doesn't have Gandalf's beard
and
for
Magneto's
sure.
face as well.
Yeah, and he's got Magneto's face, so you have to kind of leave both of those icons outside the theater and just relate to the Sherlock Holmes character he's trying to embody here.
My mother, she wonders if you have brought your famous hat.
Oh, the dear stalker. That was an embellishment of the illustrator.
And I really loved the humanity that's on screen here, because this is a frail 90-plus-year-old Sherlock Holmes kind of reflecting on his last case and some of the people that he met as his detective days are kind of waning. And so it's maudlin, it's a little morose, there's some heavy things that go on in this. This is a detective that has really just put all of his faculty into his craft, into his ability to solve and help people, but he's lost his ability to connect with people.
One of the great challenges of life, of course, is dealing with the final stage of life, and he is, as an actor, he's an older man. He's playing a character who's very old here. We see some flashbacks to when he was younger. So we're kind of going back and forth in time. Seeing that and feeling the empathy for that and feeling the weight of the emotion of that is, it's a little bit more work than we're used to doing in movies these
Especially
days.
in the summertime.
Yeah, we see so much light stuff, so much fast action stuff here. And I'm going to be honest, and you're probably not going to like me saying this, but I fell asleep in this movie.
You're not going to die. I had a great uncle who lived to be 102.
What are the odds that you would know two men who would live that long?
Well, I didn't actually know him.
And I also like the interplay between the kid that's in this movie.
Milo Parker.
Milo Parker is fantastic in the movie. Laura Linney, I think, she can't really raise her son the way that she wants to. And she sees the son fall in love with Sherlock Holmes and all of his mythology. And, you know, Sherlock Holmes has started to write sort of his memoirs. And the kid is absolutely fascinated. He's fascinated by the beekeeping that Sherlock Holmes has kind of relegated himself to in his final years. It's not the Robert Downey Jr., Guy Ritchie type of Sherlock Holmes, but it makes you think and it makes you just kind of realize that life is worth cherishing all the way to the end.
It's a different flavor for summer. I think maybe this feels more like a fall or a winter movie.
That night, I searched for something to jog my memory of the actual case. And there it was. A picture.
It's sort of the anti-marketing approach to all of the superhero deluge that's happening right now. And, you know, quite frankly, that Sherlock Holmes brand couldn't be hotter than it is right now. So why not attempt to kind of muscle in there with a very different variation? And, you know, quite frankly, it's pretty damn cool that this is public domain type stuff so that people can interpret this character any way that they see fit. And the thing that I appreciate about this is that the film kind of imagines that Sherlock Holmes was a nonfiction character writing in almost protest to the fiction that's been created around him. He even has an apartment that's across the street from 22-1B Baker Street.
I decided to write the story down on paper as it was, not as John made it. Get it right before I die.
If you dig Sherlock Holmes,
I feel like I should go see it again.
Or Ian McKellen, or thoughtful, pensive movies, a little quiet in the storm.
I'm a thoughtful, pensive man, but unfortunately, I don't feel like I've seen enough of this movie. But I'm going to go see it again. Right now, in its current state, I'm giving it a 6.5.
I really like this movie. 8 out of 10. EP's movie coverage is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Splatoon for the Wii U.